Hello everyone and welcome to my thoughts and sort of expectations of what the LG Nexus 4 E960, that's the model number, is going to be like. So some of the specs are that some people are going to be disappointed that it has no LTE, but for the most of the world it's going to be fine. We're fine with HSPA+. So the 3G networks are HSDPA 850, 900, 1700, 1900, and 2100. That's the frequencies. The SIM card is a micro SIM. It was announced October, and the dimensions and weight is 133.9 by 68.7 by 9.1, the thickness, and the weight is 139 grams. The size of the screen, it's 720, so a HD screen, it's 768 by 128 by 768, but minus those 4 pixels. 8 pixels to get 720, I think. I don't know, something like that. But just keep in mind you have that little bar down the bottom for the on-screen, the soft touch buttons. And the protection for that is Corning Gorilla Glass 2, so really robust sort of screen protection there. The alert type, you also just have your little LED notification light down the bottom there. From the looks of things, it looks really nice. It has a loudspeaker, 3.5mm jack, doesn't have a micro SD card slot, which is kind of a bummer. The internal storage is 8GB or 16GB, 2GB of RAM, which is a huge deal. My first laptop, which was bought in 2006, had 2GB of RAM, and that was huge back then. Now we have something that weighs 139 grams. You do the math. GPRS, Edge is still there. Now the speed for HSDPA is 42 megabits per second. DC HSDPA is 42 megabits. HSDPA is 21. HSUPA 5.76 megabits per second. For Wi-Fi, we've got A, B, G, and N, dual band DLNA Wi-Fi hotspot capabilities. Bluetooth version 4.0 with A2DP. NFC, so that's great. We finally have NFC in a really good budget phone. I'll get to the price in just a minute. For USB, we have micro USB, and we also have a slim HDMI port. I think it's combined with it. I'll have to check it out on a unit. The camera, the primary on the back is 8 megapixels, so that's just on the back of it with an LED flash, autofocus obviously. And the video is 1080p at 30 frames per second. Secondary is a 1.3 megapixel camera. OS is Android 4.2, which is still called Jelly Bean. It brings features like the special panorama photosphere camera to the table, and that's something really great. I mean, if you go look at some videos on that, it's pretty awesome to see something so new and so revolutionary in terms of taking photos. And these are also going to be able to be tagged to Google Maps, sorry. So coming soon is a 360-degree panorama view of your bedroom, if you so desire it. Chipset is a Qualcomm APQ864 Snapdragon, so that's a Snapdragon S4 with a quad-core 1.5 GHz Create or Pro CPU. Just let that sink in there. Quad-core 1.5 GHz. GPU is an Adreno 320. There's no other specs for that. Sensors, accelerometer, gyro, proximity, compass, barometer, whatever that is. Doesn't have a radio, but who uses a radio anymore? It's called Internet Radio. Or Spotify, GPS, colors, black for the meantime. We just have black at the moment. Standby on 2G up to 390 hours. Talk time 15 hours on 3G. And the battery is 21 milliamp hours. So that's fairly good. That's the same level as the S3, which gets pretty good battery life, and it's non-removable. Sadly, I'm gonna miss that. And the miscellaneous 1.2 kilowatt. Okay, forget that. And the price group is pretty good. I'm getting my information from just a website, GSM Arena. But my opinion on this phone is that this is a great budget phone. If you're looking for a high-end phone, but at a good price. I mean, it's in the middle. They're around that $400 for a 16GB model here in Australia, and $350 for America. I mean, seriously, you can get two of these for the price of an iPhone unlocked. Keep in mind, these are unlocked. This is an unlocked device, so you can put it on any carrier. There is no word of a CDMA version, I don't think. I don't know. I'm not in the US, so I don't really care. In terms of LTE, I don't give a shit anyway. I mean, I'm in Australia. We don't have a huge widespread of LTE. We do actually, but yeah, it's not a huge issue. I don't need 60 megabits per second down in order to download a YouTube video or check my Facebook. I mean, come on, it's a budget phone. If you want to get that, I would wait and get the next one or something. If you're in America, seriously, get over it. It's not that big of a deal. In terms of micro SD card slots, that's a bit of a miss. I mean, everyone likes the fact that you can pop out a micro SD card and chuck in a new one or swap between the two, but it does come with a few cons. I mean, it's a lot harder for the average consumer to tell whether a movie is on the actual phone or the SD card, or an app's on the SD card or the phone, and it becomes really complicated when you decide to combine them. So that's the cons. So the pros are really the size, the weight, that it runs Android 4.0, that has all the new features, that it's going to get the full Google experience with the updates and the speed and just NFC, the slim HDMI. It's just amazing, really. I mean, for the price, $350 for the 8GB, $300 for the 8GB model, and $350 in the US, $350 for Australia for the 8GB model, and $400 for the 16GB model. I will surely be selling my HTC Sensation and buying this phone, and I strongly advise, if you're looking at an iPhone, to just think about, if you are a technology savvy person, try out Android. You may like it. I did, and I'm never going to go back. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more tech and computer videos.